Chick Valley Sports. Coach, I know you had contributions from everywhere tonight, but specifically with Evan in the second half and in that fourth quarter, what can you say about how he performed as a 20-year-old rookie?
Excuse me. He understands the moment, and it's that simple. The conversation we had about the sense of urgency and the importance of these final 16 games, he took it to heart. And then he's got the skill on top of it to impact winning. And, he was phenomenal.
Isaac Okoro was incredibly aggressive from the offensive end to the defensive end. What did you see switch in him tonight?
I don't think it's a switch. I think it's who he is. Maybe more attack-minded offensively because, again, he understands, and it's great to see, these young guys understanding the moment that's in front of them and what's necessary for them to do. And we talked about it before the game. We're not asking anybody to be anybody else. We need you to be the best version of yourself. And Isaac being aggressive is the best version of himself and getting to the free throw line and making his free throws. And then we all know what he does defensively every single night.
Marla, right now, our Akron Beacon-Journal. Did you get a sense that they're figuring out how to play without Jared? It seemed like because so many people were involved and they did rise to the moment. But just the ball movement and everyone doing, a lot of different things.
Yeah, it's, we obviously, miss what Jared brings. But then other guys have to figure out how they can have their impact with him gone. And, our pick and roll is different when Jared's on the floor. How the ball moves because of that and the way defenses play it is different. So we just have to figure out how opponents are going to play us. And I thought we did that tonight. They trapped. Evan got the ball in the pocket, made the right next play. We got some easy opportunities off of that. So I think, we're reading the game and understanding how teams are defending us differently without him.
And what did you see out of Karras in his first game after 8?
I thought he was good. He had to move, it's like silky, where he got back to his left hand and found a small space. I think it was great for him to just get those minutes, and he'll continue to get better. But he's another guy who can attack, beat his man, and also play make.
Kelsey Rose, the Athletic, give you that sense of urgency we talked about. Did you see that specifically in the overtime period, understanding that and the importance of where the game was going at that point?
Yeah, I think as a collective, yes. From certain individuals, I saw it all night. What we have to do a better job is sustaining those moments. In the first half, we built the lead, and then we gave the lead back, right? Understanding you get up, now it's time to keep going. I think that's where we've got to continue to improve and continue to get better.
Obviously, Evan was one of those, like you said earlier, but who else was, or who stood out to you understanding the moment?
I thought Darius, again, was phenomenal. How gritty Isaac was. Lowry gritted it out, played a ton of minutes, had some key rebounds when we needed. And, Dylan also came in with some big rebounds and some loose balls for us too. So I thought the group, collectively, we had our moments. We just got to figure out how to do it for the 48 as a whole.
Thank you.
Ashley Bastock, Cleveland.com. JB, we talked about Evan's offense, but, defensively, to start that overtime, he gets that huge block. Just the fact, we talk about his awareness so much, but the fact that he has that defensive mindset, how much does that contribute to this X factor he has as a rookie?
He can change a game. He is elite with his timing and quickness and ability to read guys when they leave their feet and block shots without fouling. And it makes it extremely difficult for guys when they go in there. They're just throwing up Hail Marys because they can't see the rim. He's covering them up. And then we just got to continue to protect him when he goes to protect others.
And then I know in overtime you guys had those 2 early turnovers, I think, within the first 90 seconds or so. But Lowry, I think, was the one who got the defensive rebounds both times. I guess just what does that say about him, that he's the type of player that is going to go on the other end and make those plays and do that grunt work and clean things up?
Yeah, it's, again, whatever it takes. And he used the word today, about desperation and playing with that type of urgency. And he knew what we needed. And, the defensive rebounds were going to be huge for us tonight against a team that's a good offensive rebounding team. So especially trying to close games out, and he went out and closed it out for us.
Joe G. So you guys have come, Coach, wondering who got the chain tonight?
Larry Markner.
Larry got the
Larry
chain.
got it. Yeah.
And I guess just ask you about a single play, but you talk about the block Brandon Goodwin had.
I mean, it was a hell of a play, and that's what we talk about, like guys coming in and figuring out how they can contribute and how they can help. I mean, that is a momentum changing play. That's a spark that lifts everybody. The crowd, the individuals, the guys, the team. Like you felt the spirits lift when he made that play.
And then the last thing is just how do you see maybe Evan's time at center, playing in the middle, helping him moving forward as far as he's not going to have to bang with these big guys once Jared comes back.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the confidence in knowing, that he is capable. And, when Jared does come back and they are together, it's the same thing when they put those smaller guys on him. He's banging with these guys and getting to his spot. Now he's taller, longer. He can bang with those smaller guys and get to their spot. So, the physicality will make it easier on him.
Evan was like the fourth cap to get 100 blocks as a rookie, and there's some guys with their banners in the rafters on that list. What does that say about just his?
He'll be there one day, for sure.
Kelsey.
What's the, I guess with the sense of urgency about like where you guys look at these games, everything, what's the balance, the key to balancing, like understanding the moment, making those right plays and not like getting too ahead of or I guess like rushing and anything in a game in the moment?
Well, there's no panic. I think that's the difference, right? Is we're not asking guys, to play helter skelter or, to play with fear or worry. All we're asking guys to do is what they do a little bit harder and do it a little more. And understanding, how important each possession is and how we value those possessions on both sides of the ball. Like that's where our mindset is. There is no added pressure. There is no panic from the coaches or each other. It's how can we do what we do better, and how do we do that in more possessions than not.
Last one.
I know you use the word silky, I guess, to describe Karras, but that adjective kind of also reminds me when Evan hits those little hook shots in the lane. How have you seen him develop that move, and just like from a coach's perspective, how hard is it to guard when a guy that size can hit that shot?
Well, you can't block it. So basically, it comes down to make or miss. And I think what Evan is working on, you see him improving it, is finishing through contact. They allow those big guys to beat him up. And what Evan is figuring out is how to play strong, how to play through it, and still get to his spot and get to his shot.
Thanks, JB.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Judy.
Have a good night.
You too.